I'm a lifelong Xbox user that bought a Nintendo Switch 2 about a month ago, and today I'm going to be comparing the two, which you should buy, and whether or not an Xbox Series S still makes sense in 2026. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So I've had the Xbox Series S since it pretty much launched, and that's kind of what started this entire YouTube channel in general. This thing definitely holds a special place in my heart for gaming, considering that I've been a lifelong Xbox user. I took a break from gaming after the Xbox 360, and then once I got settled in my adulthood, I ended up getting the Xbox Series S when it launched, and I was absolutely blown away by it and kind of re-fell in love with gaming, and that's kind of what jump-started my entire new gaming journey as a young adult, new dad, husband, etc. Now, with that being said, I've never been a handheld guy, and as of a month ago, I decided to check out what the Nintendo Switch 2 was all about, and man, can I say that that thing absolutely blew me away. Premium is the best way that I can describe it, and as a busy adult now, this thing has really just changed the way I game, and honestly, just the way I go about my lifestyle with kind of de-stressing and doing fun stuff. Now, that's not to say that the Xbox Series S is kind of pointless and worthless now. That thing is definitely good for the big screen, immersive, multiplayer gaming sessions that I truly love and kind of what I've been used to growing up and throughout my entire just gaming journey. Now, I am not a huge hardcore gamer. I'm more of the casual gamer. Think of like the Halos, Call of Duty, Fortnite as of recent. Definitely not competitive or really good by any means, but I just like to have fun with my friends and jump in on party chat, and that's kind of where the Xbox Series S shines and kind of what it does for me. So let's go over some quick specs. The Xbox Series S is going to run you guys anywhere between $400 and $450 depending on the storage you get. I would recommend just biting the bullet and paying the extra $50 and getting the 1TB model, which was not available when I bought the Series S, so I'm having to deal with moving games from internal to external. But aside from that, you're getting 1440p, 60 FPS. You're getting an amazing game library, especially with Game Pass, which is a monthly subscription where you have access to tons and tons of games. And as of recently, I actually subscribed to it, as you guys can see there, Forza Horizon 6, and I was just absolutely shocked with the amount of different games that are on there for the price. They recently lowered the prices, and Xbox got a new CEO, and it seems like they're kind of listening to the community, which gives me hope in Xbox in general. Hopefully we see some cool stuff coming in the future, but the game library is something that's absolutely insane for the value, for the price point, especially if you haven't gamed in a while and you're kind of getting back into gaming. The Xbox Series S Game Pass is definitely going to be the way to go to try out all those new games, those old games. You're going to have a little bit of everything in Game Pass, which is absolutely insane. I would definitely recommend that. Now, on top of that, you're getting quick resume, so it's going to allow you to jump in and out of games, in and out of apps, and kind of just do whatever you want to do, all lightning fast. And as we all know, time is of the essence for us, so that is a huge pro. On top of that, we're getting the external storage support, which definitely helps out those people with the lower storage Xboxes, moving games from the internal to external. And it's not necessarily a bad thing if you don't play a ton of games at a time, maybe 1 or 2 or 3. That's perfect. It's all you need. And then kind of when you want to start a new game, just move it and you're good to go. And on top of that, the graphics are going to look good. This is a next-gen console. You're getting the lightning fast speed, the performance, quick resume, everything. You're going to be feeling like you're in a new high-tech console. Now let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. This bad boy is sitting around $450 to $500 depending on the package you get. You're going to get 1080p 7.9-inch LCD screen that outputs 120 hertz according to Nintendo. Do not at me in the comments. 4K docked, and what does all that mean? Honestly, I'm not a frame rate spec nerd. I just know it looks really good, and for the price point, you're getting a home console that doubles as a handheld that looks really good when it's handheld, and it looks really good when it's docked, and you're getting lightning fast speeds, as well as just an overall really looking good console, especially with a Nintendo Switch 2 optimized games. Overall, just looks really good in general. The game library on the Nintendo Switch 2 definitely surprised me. You're getting tons of Nintendo Switch 1 backwards compatibility games, as well as the Nintendo Switch 2 optimized games that look absolutely beautiful, and the Switch 1 games look just as good depending on what game you're running. Now, on top of that, you're not getting a flimsy kind of low quality handheld is kind of what handhelds give off. This thing, again, is a home console that doubles as a handheld, and that's exactly what you're getting with it. Premium feel, premium controller, Joy-Cons, everything is nicely made, and it doesn't feel like it's flimsy or gonna break on you, especially with accessories that you can throw on it to help you with ergonomics, etc. This thing is high quality, high tech, and it's definitely gonna give you that next gen gaming feel you're looking for. Guys, 97% of you are not subscribed to the channel, and we are currently on the road to 10K. We are doing a giveaway once we reach 10K, so make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know exactly when I post a new video. Let's go ahead and jump back in it. Now let's talk about performance and graphics. The Xbox Series S is definitely more consistent since this is a home docked console. You're never really going to see any frame drops or you're going to feel like you're missing quality. Again, I'm not a spec slash FPS frame rate nerd. I just know that it looks good and it's always consistent, and I've never noticed like any lagging or any like pixelation or anything. So for the price point, for how small and compact this thing is, for being a home console, you're getting absolutely amazing graphics, next level graphics if this is a new console and you're kind of making a return to gaming. Now, the Switch 2, this thing absolutely surprised me. I wasn't expecting anything crazy out of this home slash portable handheld console, but man, the games look absolutely insane just on the handheld mode itself. Now, if you dock it, you're going to get 4K and these games are going to look beautiful. I was really surprised at the quality considering I didn't really have much of expectations for a handheld console. So it's going to give you best of both worlds. You're going to be able to get amazing graphics docked on your nice big screen TV, as well as awesome resolution and graphics when you're playing handheld, when you're on the go. It's pretty stinking sweet, not gonna lie. Now, battery life. The Xbox Series S obviously has to be plugged into a power source, which is kind of a bummer, but it's still small and compact enough to where you can travel with it. The Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna give you about 2.5 to 5 hours depending on the game. Do not at me if you're playing a crazy Nintendo Switch 2 optimized game. You're not gonna get anywhere near that. You're gonna get maybe 1.5 to 2 hours, which still isn't terrible. You just take a power bank with you, charge up, you're good to go, or take a quick little break while it charges up. And then if you're playing a kind of lower resolution, maybe like an older Pokemon game, you're gonna get a good amount of battery life. So pick and choose how you want to train that thing. But again, it's not terrible. You can take this thing anywhere you go with you. You can dock it on a TV and you're gonna be able to play local multiplayer with your family and friends. It's awesome, and it's just best of both worlds in terms of portability, performance, docked or handheld. Now, let's talk about games. I personally think in terms of variety, the Xbox Series S takes this one, considering you're getting a bunch of cross-platform games, some Xbox exclusives that are not too exclusive anymore. Consider Forza and Halo going to the PS5, Call of Duties, etc. The fact that you're getting variety, high quality, and lightning fast speeds, and an amazing subscription model for $20 a month, you're going to be able to get tons and tons of games. It's absolutely insane. I feel like that's kind of where it takes the cake. Whereas the Nintendo Switch 2, you're getting those Nintendo exclusive games such as Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, those family-friendly, local player type of games. And for that specific reason, I feel like is a major selling point. You can't get those games unless you have a Nintendo console. And for that reason alone, the Nintendo Switch 2 might be the way you go. Now let's talk about lifestyle fit. I work 9 to 5, I have a puppy, I have a newborn, and I live an active lifestyle that I keep busy with. So time is limited for me, and I definitely still enjoy gaming and, sitting down and enjoying tech in general. The Nintendo Switch 2 has completely changed how I game. I'm able to game in places where I normally wouldn't game. I'm able to game a lot more throughout the day, and believe it or not, it's helped me kind of balance gaming in general because I can game whenever I have 15 to 30 minutes by just simply picking it up, getting that fix in, and a lot of times I probably won't even play that night or the afternoon because I already got a random, gaming session throughout the day, and I'm kind of satisfied by that. Whereas the Xbox Series S, you have to have a sit-down couch session to game, and a lot of times it takes planning. It's almost too much work, believe it or not, booting it up, even though it's lightning fast in terms of boot up and load times. So the Switch 2 wins in that lifestyle category. One thing I will say, for the quick big screen immersive multiplayer experiences, the Xbox Series S definitely wins on that side of things, especially since you're able to get media apps such as like the Netflix, YouTube, etc., hop in and out of games and hop between apps. It's kind of just that overall better home console entertainment hub, getting performance, getting good graphics, getting lightning fast speeds, next gen gaming, as well as the entertainment apps. It's kind of just that good all around budget, compact home console that you're looking for. Now, if you're like me, all my friends play Xbox, and that's kind of been my multiplayer type of console. I jump in on party chat, I buy and play all the games that I'm going to be playing with friends on the Xbox Series S, just because of the Xbox Game Pass, as well as just the ecosystem in general. It just brings back those like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 vibes where you would jump on with your friends and talk a ton of smack, and that's kind of how I've kept this console. That's kind of been the downside to the Nintendo Switch 2, is the fact that you can kind of only game chat with friends, and nobody that I know has a Nintendo Switch 2 other than a bunch of you guys who are similar in age, similar in lifestyles, that have picked one up just so you can kind of game and fit it into your lifestyle while still being a busy adult nowadays. Now let's talk about price point and who should buy what console. Xbox Series S, definitely pick that up if you're not doing a ton of traveling, you want a budget and portable console, as well as the next gen immersive feel. This is going to be the way to go 100%. You're getting a ton of entertainment apps, you're getting all of the next gen games at lightning fast speeds, at amazing graphics, while still not breaking the bank, considering that all the high higher end consoles, PS5s, Xbox X, those are running anywhere between $600 to $800 depending on what you go with, whereas this is at $400 to $450, which is still insane, but that's just how prices are nowadays. Now the Switch 2 is definitely for those busy professionals, busy dads, busy people in general that travel for work, travel for leisure, or people that have families that want to be able to include them in gaming. And then, you know, you still have your non-family friendly games that you play, you know, on your own time after hours when everyone's asleep. The Switch 2 is going to fit that lifestyle perfectly. It's going to allow you to balance life and gaming and tech and hobby that you kind of de-stress with. And if you've never had a handheld like me, it's really just going to change the way you game in general. And honestly, I feel like it's going to help you balance it a little better in terms of, you know, getting sessions in when you normally wouldn't and having that decompression, de-stress throughout the day. So my personal take on this thing, the Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series S are both very different consoles. I would definitely analyze your lifestyle, your gaming style, and what type of games you play and enjoy more, and then make your decision off that. A lot of you guys might be looking at one of these consoles to complement the other. They're both great complementary consoles side by side, but some of you guys might be looking to go all in on one and definitely make that educated decision based off of what I just covered today. Me personally, I'm keeping both just because Forza 6 came out on Game Pass, and I'm a huge Forza fan, as well as GTA 6 coming out in the fall, and tons of my friends are going to be playing that, so I'm probably going to be playing GTA 6 on the Series S over my PlayStation 5. If it comes to the Switch 2, that would be awesome, considering, you know, you're playing GTA handheld anywhere. That would be insane, but that's kind of how I'm going about this current gaming console setup. Which one are you guys looking to pick up or add to the collection? And let me know your guys' experience with both consoles in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. More videos to come next week. I'll catch you guys in the next one.